Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. What a crowd. What a great crowd. We're always happy from the Fantastic Pavilion, and especially with Jess She Can. We always have a full house, super crowded of fun and interesting people, and even babies. Even babies we have in the house. So we are very pleased to do this for the second year in a row as Fantastic Pavilion, to work hand in hand together with the Yes She Can organization, that they're doing an amazing, amazing job to create opportunities. To create opportunities and to visualize everything that's happening in Cannes related with all females, which basically it's a lot. Actually, it's most of what's interesting happening in Cannes related with women. So I want to introduce and thank at the same time Faith Elizabeth from Just She Can.
Is this a hot mic? Oh, it's hot. Wow, look at this. We did this for the first time with the Fantastic Pavilion last year because we saw that there was a real need for more visibility for women in genre. And you guys showing up really gives a clear message that we do really need more things like this. So thank you for all the support from the Fantastic Pavilion, to all of your team for making this possible. It really does take a team to, be able to provide these things. And through partnering with the Fantastic Pavilion, we have so much visibility for women in genre. So thank you so much. I'd also like to thank Monica Garcia, who was on our panel last year, for turning up to support as well. Thank you so much. She's on Women in Fan from Sitges. Women, if you're not going to Sitges, why not? It's incredible. So please do make sure that you check out Sitges. They've got an amazing program that they very kindly invited me to last year. I'm going to call up my co-host to start with. Please join me on the stage, Sapna and Heidi. Go on, grab a mic. I actually met Heidi thanks to Monica. Monica invited me to Sitges to speak on a panel and to support the women. And through her opening that door for me, I met this incredible woman, Heidi, who, honestly, she has opened up her heart. She is such an incredible woman who is doing so much across so many different things, from being an author of this incredible book. That's right. If you haven't heard of it, please check it out. A History of Women Directors. I Spit on Your Celluloid, the other way around. This is an incredible book that she's spent years and years researching, meeting lots and lots of women to get the visibility that we're not getting previously. So thank you for doing that for women in genre as a whole and for women in the world, because that is a huge dedication that you've done and something that we really need to educate ourselves more on, the women who came before us. But that's not it, is it, Heidi? She also runs Etheria Film Festival. She's also with Studio Dome. She's also with BloodStream. So I will give it to her to introduce herself, but actually I'm not going to. I'm going to give it to her close friend, Sapna. Would you please kindly introduce Heidi to us?
I would love to do that. So I really want everybody here to know the fabulous woman Heidi is. No, it's true. When I started Wench Film Festival in 22, obviously we had 0 submissions. We're from India, and we thought the only way we could have this festival is if we collaborated with other festivals. And we reached out to Etheria, and Miss Heidi here was like, oh my God, it'll be a pleasure to get you guys started. So Wench would not be here if it wasn't for her. And she got us started. Not only that, she's a part programmer for us. So I'm really, really grateful for this. We did a panel at Fantasia, and it was all about her book. And I think there were like 15 of us or something.
Yeah, it was a big panel.
It was, there were 15 of us, and most of us, got in that book of hers. And there was a line, I think, of like 3 kilometers, and we had to turn most of them down. So that's the power of just, women and a woman like Heidi. So thank thank you, Heidi, for being you.
Oh my God.
And also, when I came to Heidi and I said, look, we want to do something bigger. We want to build on collective power, which is our mission this year. Will you please help us with putting this panel together this year? She enthusiastically said yes, and then she introduced me to Sapna. So I would love it if you would introduce Sapna to the audience as well.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Let's switch to Sapna. But I just want to say what I'm hearing is about, all I'm hearing is these wonderful collaboration stories.
Yeah.
Like, this is about this door to this door to this door to this person. And it's not like a straight road, it's a circle. And like this panel is gonna lead to something else today. Somebody here is gonna meet somebody today that's gonna do something with them that's gonna be positive. And that's just beautiful. So I just wanna point that out. But Sapna, like she said, is someone who contacted me about her wonderful festival idea. Her festival is called Wench. It is the only horror film festival in India that showcases Indian films and Southeast Asian films, primarily made by women. We do show some films made by men, but
We have a man section for them.
we have a man section.
Yes!
We do. We figured they do that for us all the time. We always have that special woman section, so we created a man section. And, you know, if you have
They deserve visibility.
Yes.
Sapna is also one of the most dynamic, energetic, positive people you will ever meet. Very creative filmmaker in her own right. And the reason I brought her into this collaboration was because she is exactly the kind of person who gets things done in the most positive, best of ways. So this panel would not, and Faith.
Yeah.
Why are we even talking about this when Faith is the person who came up with the idea, who put the entire infrastructure together? Isn't this great? We're just talking about how much we love each other.
Sorry, guys.
You're like,
We'll move on soon.
Yeah.
But it's true. So and we're on stage and you're sitting, so you can't not listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Faith put this all together. If she built the infrastructure of Yes She Can. She had the idea for this panel, and I think I speak for both of us when I say we are happy to be collaborating on your idea, and are absolutely amazed by what you do and what you've accomplished.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And I just have one last thing to say. Heidi, from also having her festival and her book, and she's always supporting women. We have a genre, Women in Genre WhatsApp group, which has like some 500 women. If you are one of them, please join our group. We're very supportive. But from that, now that she is curating for BloodStream,
Oh yeah.
I can't begin to tell you
That's the good part.
what a massive thing this is for women here and for our films to get noticed and to get distribution, which is the biggest missing link in everything. And with that, I'm just very happy to say that Wench Film Festival has our own channel at BloodStream.
Yes. So Wench Film
So
Festival
we're excited.
is the first film festival on BloodStream that will have their own curated channel. And we're super excited to have that collaboration and to bring films from India to around the world and horror fans who want to see cool new things from India and Southeast Asia.
This is huge, guys. This is an announcement that your festival is going to be doing this.
It's huge. I mean, huge, huge.
And this is what we're talking about when we say opening doors. Everyone here is opening doors for each other. And now that you have this position of power, you can open so many doors as well. And she already is. So we're going to move on to the project showcase section so we can get right into it. Opening doors is what we wanted to do today, not just in theory, but in practice. And so we have 6 amazing projects at various different stages that we'd love to show you in a short video. And you're going to get to know a little bit about the people behind them. So project showcase partners, would you like to join us on the stage? Do you want to grab a mic, maybe? Let's stand. Let's stand. Come in front. I'm being bossy now. Okay, I'll pass the mic down then. These people have made today possible. They have agreed to support the project that we're having today, and they've each got their own stuff that's in development, it's coming out, it's looking for finance, and we really wanted to give a little bit of visibility on this really important stage to each of them. We'll start with Jo. We met in Cannes, actually, when she was looking for somewhere to stay, and she came and stayed in the villa I was hosting, and she's into mermaids, and so am I, so I'll leave it to her to introduce, but yeah, please do share a bit about your project.
Lovely. Hello, everybody. My name's Jo Southwell, and I'm the director of a feature film called The Catch, starring Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Before I carry on, just want to say a huge thank you to Faith for inviting me along, because it's a real privilege, and it's a really important time for the journey of The Catch to be here, so thank you very much. The Catch is an elevated horror about a celebrity chef, a ruined celebrity chef, who goes on the hunt for a rare mythical delicacy down in Cornwall. And he meets his match in Nerida, our mermaid. I'm sure you'll all be delighted to know that I've actually got with me today Lizzie Aaron Stanton, who we've had the pleasure of casting as our mermaid, and she'll be around later. As I said, this year at Cannes feels like a really special time for the journey of The Catch. We're here with our sales agents, the wonderful Reinvent Yellow, who are over there somewhere. Hello, hello, hello. And our collaboration began in Berlin when they launched The Catch, and they're obviously here pre-selling the film, so please go and speak to them. They've got some unseen footage which they can share, with anybody who can, was interested to watch it. It's also a really lovely time for us, actually, because we've confirmed our other partners, which is Reunion Pacific from Canada. They've come on board the film, which is amazing. Pinewood Studios, and also this week I confirmed that Will Gregory from Goldfrapp, if anybody knows them, is going to be composing the music for us for The Catch. So it's really exciting. Yeah. Himself and Alison are currently coming up with some very unique sounds for the siren song for our film. So that's enough from me, but I'm here today to meet people, to collaboration. We're starting shooting at the end of June, going into July, and always interested in meeting you wonderful collaborating partners. So thank you.
Amazing. More mermaids, that's what we need, isn't it? Sylvie, would you like to introduce your project?
Yes, thank you, Faith, for giving me this opportunity. Very happy to introduce my short movie called Truth. It's actually the first movie I've ever made. It was 4 years ago, and I'm so happy I still have the opportunity to speak about it. I co-wrote it, co-directed it, and co-produced it. It's a science fiction drama about how we will live in 2050 if technology continues to evolve. We shot the entire movie on 3D LED screens. In France, the first movie to be shot entirely on 3D LED screens. Very interesting experience. There are some limitations to it, but great to have it done it that way, although my movie is about condemning too much technology in our lives, but this helped us a lot. I'm now here with Elora Thomasson, which is the main actress, and we're actually, she's there.
Please stand up. This is about visibility, stand up.
And we are working on a feature based on the short, because technology keeps evolving, keeps being more and more present in our lives. So we just finished the pitch deck. I hope to include more technology in the next movie as well. We're looking for partners we're at the beginning. So producers, creative people, everyone is very welcome. And yes, looking forward to speaking to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Kathy and Co, please do introduce yourselves.
Hello. Wasn't going to use that for a sec. I'm Kathy, this is Jo. Again, thanks so much for literally opening doors. It's amazing. Thanks. We're here presenting a short teaser for our feature debut from our company, Silicon Gothic. It's called Snapshot. It's a mystery horror about the very monstrous issue that we have right now of misinformation and fake news. Can I get it? Ooh, scary, scary story. And it's basically, the logline reads, in 1888, a pinhole camera captures the mysterious downfall of an all-ladies ghost hunting society who believe that Jack the Ripper is not a man, but a monster. Whilst we're in Cannes, we're looking to connect with festivals and distribution, as the film is now finished. And you can follow us along on @snapshot_1888 on social media, on Instagram. And we'd love to chat to anyone afterwards who's interested.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Hello, well done, Faith. Amazing, amazing, everyone's projects sound incredible.
And thank you, Howard, for believing in us and jumping in. I think that it's really important we acknowledge that we've got some allies in the room, that these guys...
I do believe it, absolutely. In fact, I'm here with my 13th feature film as director, and 80% of my films feature strong women, normally kicking ass against some pretty horrible men, so they're quite satisfying. Did Never Let Go, which was with Paramount, Netflix, The Ledge, Paramount, Netflix, Never Let Go, Saban, and Sony Pictures. I'm also here with our kick-ass sales agents, Reinvent, who are a lovely group of mainly very strong and amazing women who've sold 3 of my movies, so we're working in harmony, I would say, which is a great thing. We also, my latest film called Zipwire, which stars Saffron Burrows and Mianna Buring, that's now selling, pre-selling, all of the above. But I think we're showing a bit of Bonekeeper, which is my feature film number 12, starring Sarah Alexandra Marks, who is in the room with new baby.
With her new baby.
Yes. Tiffany Hannam-Daniels somewhere. And we do have John Rhys-Davies, who is not to be mistaken with Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, but equally fun. Anyway, so thanks for having me along. I love working with women on my movies, both sides of the camera. So hopefully we can do more stuff, and I'm always looking for talent on either side of the camera. I met Angela Dixon, who starred in Never Let Go, at a drinks party in Cannes. Off we went to Morocco, and there she does, kick ass around the world.
And she's one of our community as well, so yeah, love that. Can I just say, last year we had a prop baby on stage because Cine Baby joined us, who make prop babies, which are incredible. They're so good, they just carry them around and people book them. And this year we're joined by a real baby, so look at that, as a baby thing. Brilliant. John.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
We met in Cannes.
Yes, we met in Cannes.
And you put me in your movie when I was acting a bit more than I do these days. And
well,
to now have you on my stage is such an honour. Oh. So thank you for believing in us and coming to join us today.
It's an absolute honour to be here, and it's an absolute honour to see how Faith has... Basically, we've seen the Yes She Can movement go from strength to strength, and culminating in this massive room of people. So brilliant, and thank you. My name's, she said, John Langridge. I'm the writer and director of Charlie Shaw's Revenge, which we can see over there. We're here in Cannes. We've just delivered and just signed with Indie Rights. Anyone from Indie Rights? Where are you? Are you in the... They're outside. They couldn't get in. There's Beth from Indie Rights. I'm here with my producer, Renato Perez. I drew the short straw, so everybody point to him. And while you're smiling, Amelie Leroy, our lead actress, Amelie Leroy, a fantastically talented actress.
Yes.
There we go. Just as Howard said, at Drop Dead Films, which is our company, we're proud to have very strong women, both featured in the film and behind the scenes. We just actually added up when we were sort of researching and getting ready for this, and this is something that we're going to keep with films as we go forward. There are an equal amount of male and female characters in the film, and it's a very female-led film, and that's sort of very important to us.
That's huge. Thank you.
Yeah, there we are. So, yeah, I think it's really important to just look around the room and see who's not there. And that's true with everything. As I said, we're here. We've just made delivery to Indie Rights, and we'll be selling the film. They'll be selling the film. And we're also moving on to our next project, Hostage, which again features a strong female lead, and we have 65% of funding in place for that. And we're now looking, obviously, to sort of meet with co-production partners, investment, and we're all here in Cannes, I suppose. But yeah, that's me, and thank you very much.
Thank you. And Andy.
Hello, last and
Fright
maybe
Fest
least
friend. and also helped on my feature that I'm writing at the moment. So thank you for believing in me and taking something that was a bit of a mess and making it less of a mess. So yeah, I'm really honoured that you're here today and that you're also genuinely supporting women as well. So yeah, please do introduce your project.
Thank you, and yeah, thank you for having me help out on mermaids. You sold me on the idea of evil mermaids. So my name's Andy. I run a company called Paranoid Android Films. We're fairly newish, based in London, doing genre, horror, thriller, fantasy kind of work. We've always kind of tried to have 50-50 mix across our crews. We've always worked with female co-producers, and I've actually just noticed that in the front row is Becky. Becky, can you stand up, please? Because Becky has co-produced 4, I think, of the movies that we've done.
Yes.
And she's the best goddamn producer I've ever worked with. So, hire her. She's brilliant. We've got a couple of films which are in post at the moment. One is a film which I wrapped, me and Joe actually wrapped last week, which is a werewolf film. That's on sale with Screenbound. But we've also got a coming-of-age film called Fairy Dust, which is in post, which you can see the poster over there. So that's still in post. That doesn't have distribution. So we're looking for distributors and sales agents for that. It's a kind of coming-of-age LGBTQ fantasy film with loads of weird creatures. But I just also wanted to very, very quickly introduce you to Women in Genre, who I've been working with on projects, and they've got some cool projects coming up. First off, this is Olivia.
Thank you very much, Andy. I just want to shout out Andy because he believes so much in elevating the work of women that he invited us up on stage to present our ideas because he believes in us so much. And that's really beautiful and lets us speak for ourselves.
Passing the mic.
It's wonderful. I'm Olivia. I am a producer, writer, and actress with Paranoid Android, and I am here with my feature adaptation of a London stage play called Bog Body and my creature feature film, which is based on a Reddit meme called When You See It, which I developed with Andy and the amazing Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren McLaughlin, and yeah, Andy's amazing. He recognizes talent, and he is definitely committed to working with women because we are awesome. So I've got the 2 projects I just want to mention. One is a lesbian dance horror, and who doesn't want to see that? And the other one is a serial killer thriller starring Olivia. And we've got, that one is about half financed, and we're looking for the rest of the financing. So if you're interested in any of these things, come and talk to me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. All right, let's shimmy that way off the stage. We're going to watch our video now. There we go. Wow, what an incredible lineup, eh? And now we get to watch some of their work, because I think it's really important we get to see some of the things. When we meet people in Cannes, sometimes we go home and then, we have to then go look for their work. But here we're going to get to see a little bit of it here, so enjoy.
Or the hunted.
Are you mad? I saw her die.
I buried that hatchet deep into his face.
Assignment. And nothing else to take.
This is the site of the impact crater, several 100,000 years ago.
You must not go into those caves.
You really think it's a creature?
What is that? There are hundreds of caverns under there, maybe thousands.
Ethan? Nick, if that's you guys, this isn't...
Oh my God.
Welcome to TikTok, you fat fuck!
Now, it may be my name on the gate, but as of now, this is your park.
I realise you've all got your own way of doing things, but there's going to be a bit of a shake-up with the relaunch.
Thanks, Marianne.
This is strike one. Do you understand?
It's a good job a ladyship didn't find it, otherwise we'd all be out.
Hello?
What did you expect? You jump in here with your size 9s and start throwing your weight around?
Well done on the clown, by the way. Last night, over in the woods.
No idea what you're on about.
He's here. He killed Russ. You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
they want to believe in hell so badly, I'll give them hell.
Hello, friends. Wench, wench, wench.
May I ask you something, my dear?
Of course.
What does it feel like,
Oh. I think it's different for everyone.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
A lot?
Yes. But it's also kind of like going home.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
My name is Natasha Halevi, and I am a filmmaker and an actor. I love horror. I love sci-fi. I love absurdism. I like that with horror, you can talk about things that aren't always easy to talk about, like politics, society, religion. When you use horror, you can build analogies and create a space with more opportunity for empathy. I make horror films to comment on topics that aren't easy for me to talk about directly, like abortion rights,
Here we go with Denise and her feminism again.
the beauty industry.
You're here to be juiced? What? Are you here for the juice?
Self-destruction. I like making films because I like creating a space to start conversations and communicate and encourage community.
Thank you so much. Come and join me, panelists. Please take a seat. Thank you so much. I just want to mention that Christina Klebb couldn't be with us because she booked a huge acting role. So we saw a little clip of her film, which is going to have some announcements coming soon. But yeah, such an honor to be with you guys. I'd love the panelists who are joining us to just introduce yourselves. Natasha, would you like to go first?
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys already saw my introduction because that was the last thing that went up. Hi, I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and I'm so glad to be here. I'll pass it on.
Hello, I'm Joanne Mitchell. I'm the director and co-writer of Broken Bird, which you've just seen as well.
My name's Lawson, and I am the writer-director of Man-Eating Pussy.
Yes. We have such incredible talent here. I'm so blessed to be with such incredible women, and I wish we had forever. But we don't have a huge amount of time left, but I really would like to start in a different order than what we were going to start with, because we were going to look at sort of some of the struggles in the industry right now. But you know what? Everyone is talking about that. We know that women have it hard, and we might touch on that. But what's on my heart to share today is this idea of opening doors for each other. And so I think what is actually more important that we share with you all is each of you to share with us a way that someone has opened a door for you, either in a small way or in a big way, and the way that it's impacted your career. So I'd love, Sapna, for you to go first.
Hi. I think I already did that with Heidi, but I'll go again. I would probably say Toby, who's right there.
Stand up, Toby.
Toby.
Stand up.
Stand up, Toby has been a fucking driving force in my life. She really, really has been such a support for a filmmaker in me, and I really love all the films that Addams Family makes, and such a big fan of everything that they do as a family and the kick-ass films that they make. And she came to India, and I just have to tell you, our festival is for 4 days. Toby sat in that room for all 4 days and watched every single film. Even though she had never been to India, she didn't have to sit there. She could have gone traveling and seen things. And she talked to every single filmmaker there. And, you know, everyone was so, like, taken from her and the advice. So I just want to say, Toby, even the Wench video that you saw, that's a Hellbender song that she very generously just gives me rights to all the time. She lets me play her films. She's just incredible. So, Toby, this is for you. I love you. Love you.
And that's such a big thing, to come to someone's festival and see all of the films, you know? So thank you for supporting like that. That's incredible. And especially to come to India and to, you know, meet that new community. And I think sometimes we look at these festivals in different places of the world and we think, oh, I don't know why I would go to that festival in this random country that I have nothing to do with. But I actually think that's where you can meet some really incredible people. And we are so privileged to be in Cannes today, to be able to travel from where we are. There are millions of people who can't travel for various reasons, whether it's financial, whether it's economical, whether it's something going on in the country like conflict zones and all this kind of stuff. So we are so privileged that we get to be here. And so if we can travel to other countries and support those film festivals, big festivals and smaller festivals as well, I think that will really make a difference in supporting those filmmakers who can't necessarily travel. So yeah, thank you, Toby, for your contribution like that. Natasha, would you like to share?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's something very interesting about being a woman in film and doors opening, because we expect that somebody opens a door who has more access to something, like they're opening a door to something bigger. But my door opening came from Fatal Collective, and that's some people who are in here. Danon and Lola are here. And
Wave, where are you? Amazing.
And we didn't have anybody above us opening doors, so we opted to pool our resources together and open doors for each other simultaneously. So that became like something totally different than waiting for somebody. We decided to take the initiative and do something ourselves. And that is something you have to do in film, but it's a little scary because there's this whole world of financing and money and equipment and everyone you have to hire, and it can be really overwhelming. But we just each kind of took a piece of that to chew and worked within what we could do to create an all-female anthology, and simultaneously tried to open doors as best as we could. It's not like we were opening big doors and like saying, here's all this money you're going to get. But we said, we're going to make this, we're going to do our best with it, and we're going to move forward. And I would have never done that if I didn't get a call from Lola. And she would have never done that if she didn't know that we, had ideas together. And so I would just say, like, when you need a door opened, maybe it's possible you can simultaneously be opening a door for somebody else. So don't be afraid to, the analogy, build your own table. That might be the way that your door gets open for you.
Yeah, amazing. And by the way, she just slipped in that all-female anthology, The amount of opportunities that you've given to women to be a part of that anthology is incredible. And you also have a community as well where you're also supporting women.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're able to connect kind of, like what we talked about with your thread. There's the power in having a text thread when people need something, and how that can build a community of people, and how the community can be duplicative. So, like, it's not like you have one director in your community. You have lots of directors in your community. Not every project is right for you. I've had a director, Brea Grant, passed me a film once because it wasn't the right film for her to direct. She passed it to me. So we're not in competition. We are all rising together, and that's what community is about.
Yeah, definitely. And we're opening doors sideways, backwards, upside down, anything that we can do, If we can really start looking at how we can support each other. And that doesn't mean as women we have to take on the burden of helping everyone and it becomes overwhelming. Like, you have to pour from a full cup. You have to make sure that you're in a good place and that you've got enough to give in to others. But just having that mindset of supporting each other. And I think this is something we hear echoed again and again. Like, we talk about the old boys club where everyone's sitting around playing golf or something and, making connections. And it's the same thing. It's relationship building. And whatever that looks like for you, focusing on those relationships, and then within those relationships, focusing on how you can support each other. And, this is how our industry moves.
And one thing I have to add is, don't forget, we get really caught up in this idea of our value and attaching that to a dollar. I don't really want my value to be attached to a dollar, quite honestly. So sometimes when we're helping each other, it does mean that we're actually helping each other and not charging our full rate, especially for women. It's much harder for us to self-fund a film because we literally make less money. It's harder for us to show up to film festivals and make connection as women because it's harder for us to leave the household and to have enough extra money to just fly to France. So, understand that your value is your value, and the dollar amount, maybe, it can vary. When Warner Brothers is paying you, great, take the check. When your female filmmaker friend is making something, give her the best deal possible. Yeah. Even if you are a woman too that is kind of getting short on your pay. That's okay. Your value is here,
Yeah, and I love that. You've gone from she was in Superman, look her up on IMDb. You've gone from Superman to indie film and you're supporting all the way through. So through your actions, you really are doing that. So thank you for your contribution to the industry. Joanne, hello. I just want to say my short film screened at the same festival as Joanne's, and she wasn't present, but oh my gosh, this was a previous short film that she did called The Outing, and it was, exploring kind of messy women and, we're not perfect creatures and we need to see more of these complex, dark characters, on screen. So when we discovered you as part of this panel and to see Broken Bird and to see the amazing stuff that's happening with it, that you opened Fright Fest in 24, that it's just come out, was it last month?
It had a US theatrical in April, and now it's on all the platforms, yeah.
And oh my goodness, she likes dead people. So, yeah, we're so honored to have you with us with such a great project. And you've done your first feature, you're moving on to your second. How are you finding it with opening doors for others and what's going on with all that?
I think it's really, really important, as everyone, I'm just echoing what we've all just been saying. And I think, my direction and my vision at the moment is to make movies and is to direct them and co-write them. And I've got 4 at the moment, which are on my slate. But at the same time, I did a panel at the Manchester Met University Film School, and it was brilliant to be amongst some amazing young filmmakers. And afterwards, we were chatting to them and blah, blah, blah. And then I got a call from one of them via their tutor, And he said, you know, there's a script and they'd really like you to have a look at it to play this part. And it's not the main part, but would you like to have a look at it? And I looked at the script and it's a great little script. But the main thing was when I met the girls, the producer and the director and the writer, they were such incredible young women. And I said, yeah, of course, I'm going to be part of this. I want to be able to support you just because I've got my own stuff going on. It's so important to do other stuff. If I can help you in any way that I can in that, you know, in that space, then I'll do it, you know, because I think that's what we've got to, you know, when we're going up the elevator, we go down and we've got to, you know, bring people up with us and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, and I'd also really like to mention the fact how important and how supportive film festivals are. And excuse me, for me, Fright Fest, Helen's there, Fright Fest has been with me and my partner from the beginning. We made a film called Before Dawn, which was made for peanuts, literally peanuts. And they screened it at Fright Fest as part of the Young Blood. And ever since, they've really, really supported us. And they've always been there for us. And that's what you need. You need, it's a community, right? You need people to really believe in you. As you have to believe in yourself, but you need those others around you. And in turn, that's a ripple effect, because then you can support other people. And it gives you that confidence to support other people, which is vital in this landscape, you know. So.
Yeah, definitely. Big love to film festivals. They're hustling for us. They're helping us get visibility. They're getting our films on the screens. You know, some films are never going to screen theatrically, sadly, but, you know, we can screen at festivals. We can screen with audiences. It's so important that we nurture those relationships with festivals and find the festivals where we feel at home as well. It is overwhelming on Film Freeway when you're looking through and you're thinking, who do I go to? How do I know this is any good? Where do I spend my money? Are they even going to watch my film? You know, there is a lot of stuff happening on the festival circuit at the moment, which needs looking at. But when you find great festivals that are run by great women, you know, do support them. And even if you don't get selected, please turn up. Please support others as well, because we can vote with our feet. And, you know, Sapna has been self-funding her festival, Wench, in India for a while now. And she's an incredible hair artist. And, you know, you've got this profile around you. But we should also be looking at how we can give funding and how we can support and donate to these things as well. We don't always see what's really going on under these things. Like, we have to hustle so much. And then suddenly we might find the right partners with money. Like, I self-funded Yes She Can, single mom, washing pots at the NHS cafe for years, because I felt like it was important. And you might see us on the main stage, or you might see us on the Palais stage and the glitz and the glam, but actually there's so much hustle that goes behind it, and it's so many years of unseen, unpaid, and sometimes you can feel like, why am I still doing this? What's the point? Am I even making a difference? And actually what I found is that suddenly you take a step back and you can see the bigger picture, and you realize the impact that you've made. Like Sapna's festival, you know, it's really changing lives for women. You know, we really are changing lives for women by giving them those opportunities. And, you know, Etheria as well, you know, you're bringing in incredible directors and you're giving them that space and that respect. So I'd love you to share something about your experience with Etheria with some of your directors and filmmakers.
Sure. So for those of you who don't know, Etheria is a short film. We do show features sometimes, but it's primarily a short film festival for brand new, or not brand new filmmakers, but new films from filmmakers in the horror, sci-fi, fantasy, action, thriller genres. And I originally started it because I kept hearing from showrunners and producers and executives that they would love to hire a woman director for whatever Marvel project or whatever horror show it was, or The Walking, well, I didn't say that, whatever show, but they just didn't know any, right? And like, you would if you knew them, but how are you gonna, and you have to hire quickly, and I get it, and like, how can you possibly hire when you don't know anyone who fits that bill? So my co-festival director and I created Etheria to find the best new short genre films made by women, and then show them to the executives and the producers. And then we were like, so we heard you couldn't find any. Here they are.
Here they are.
Just in case you want to hire them. So, and And I did this because I love watching films. I love new films. I love filmmakers. That's why I wrote a book. I wrote a book because I love talking to filmmakers and hearing their stories and like, you know, why did you make this film and how did it get made? And like, tell me the production story. Like that's, like I'm fascinated by film and history is like happening now. Like this is when history is happening. And I think it's important. In a previous lifetime, I was a film journalist. I think it's important to record these stories. I think it's fun and I think it's cool. Anyway, that's what I do with Etheria. What did I answer the question? I don't even know.
And also, what a blessing. I think we don't touch on this enough, how so many of us work in different industries and we come into film. So your journalism experience meant that you were the most trained person to then go and interview all these incredible women, you know, because you have your journalistic experience and then you've decided to go and put a spotlight on women. And I think we don't always recognize that when we're hustling and doing second careers and other things, that we're actually learning so much and we're bringing that into our stories, into our projects, into the work that we're doing through skills that we thought, you know, I used to do promotional work and handing out sandwiches and all that kind of stuff, but I was exposed to so much marketing through that. And that's why we have these, you know? And I think when we take a step back and we look at these interesting areas, whether it's through motherhood or through friendships or through where we live, we each have unique things that we're bringing, not just to our stories, but to our careers and the work that we do. And I think we shouldn't be ashamed of them and saying like, oh, you know, I have to do this thing on the side. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this thing on the side because film is really challenging to make consistent money in for everyone. And we're actually learning and bringing that to our projects. So, yeah. Lee. Talking of marketing, I met Lee because she was carrying around this giant vagina at Cannes last year.
Worked.
And at the Fantastic Pavilion, Pablo actually said to me, you've got to meet this girl. She's doing incredible things. You know, she needs a bit of support in Cannes. And we got to talking, and I discovered your movie. She showed me an early cut of the film, Man Eating Pussy, and I was obsessed. I have to say, I did show it to a few of my friends. I didn't put it online, but I did say to them, oh my goodness, you have to see this girl. You have to see her work. This is incredible. And everyone was amazed. This was an early cut. It wasn't even finished yet. And the talent that you have, you know, what you're bringing into this industry, you know, you're working with, you know, some of the government funding in Canada and things who are backing you, and you're working on this incredible slate of projects. And I'm so excited to see what comes next because I really think you are a rising star. And yeah, I'd love you to share a little bit about it. And also, can I just say, recently nominated for a Canadian Screen Acting Award, so not just writer-director. And also, recent mother with their baby here, 4 months old, breastfeeding. I did ask if we could share this because I don't think we have enough visibility around this. Like, we have a baby in the audience today, and we have a breastfeeding mother today. And sometimes when we don't see it in front of us, we don't assume it's happening. And we might squirrel behind closed doors and say, oh, is it okay? You know, I've got this baby, I don't want to be a fuss. But to be here in Cannes with your 4-month-old, hustling, doing all this work after the incredible success that you've had, it's an incredible, inspiring thing to everyone.
What a beautiful introduction. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, in terms of women who have opened doors for me, I am sitting here on the shoulders of so many women. I think it's incredible in the process of making Man Eating Pussy. One of the things that I've gotten to be the recipient of and hopefully pass on a little bit is it's not just saying yes, it's saying yes with the same respect and collaboration that you would show to people who are much more established, like not just giving people a chance, but letting them actually, you know, take on the position that they're aspiring to direct and to treat them the same way that you would treat say, David Cronenberg. And I bring that up because, you know, the person who did the prosthetics for Man-Eating Pussy, Monica Pavez, she did the Oscar Academy Award shortlisted work on Crimes of the Future, on the Shrouds, on all of David's most recent work. And she, you know, built my animatronic clit eye housing and, you know, wearable fist swallowing vagina puppet with the same respect and the same time and the same care. The same with our DOP, Gabriella Ozio-Vanden, who just recently won the jury prize at Sundance for her documentary Nuisance Bear, and our lead actress, Grace Glowicki, who has been touring with Dead Lover, which some of you might know, which went to Sundance and South by and TIFF. So I think one of the things, like I said, that I've gotten to experience is women not just saying yes, but showing up in a way that lets you step into that power. And in terms of passing it on, our production designer, also female, Ashley Frederick, that was her first time building a set from rendering to concept to a room that exists. And it was, you know, spectacular to be like, oh my God, I'm inside of an idea right now. She built this and it exists now. So you know, earlier in my career, I used to have this move where I would start my projects with the most technically difficult shot of the day so that the primarily male crew would look at the monitor and go, oh, that's why we're listening to her. And on my projects moving forward, I don't have to do that because I have this incredible family of collaborators who just trust that I do deserve to direct, and what are we going to do now? So, yeah.
I love that. This idea that we don't just say yes, but we enthusiastically say yes, that we don't just say we're doing a favor and then give our smallest amount, that we actually give all of us into it. Like if we're going to do something for someone, that we do it for them, that we show up, that we follow through, and that we let them trust us. Because, you know, when you're doing a favor for someone, if you're receiving that favor and you feel like you're guilty or like there's pressure, you know, that is really damaging, I think. And actually being authentic and really considering when we do say yes, that is so precious, and we can really support each other through that. So yeah, thank you for bringing that.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, please.
So I love how positive, everything has been so positive and wonderful and like heartfelt, truly, and that's amazing. I'm gonna just turn it for a second.
So, where are you going?
So some of us some of the people in the audience may not be very nice people naturally, right? And that's okay, that happens. Some of us might be a little more, you know, sociopathic or narcissistic, and so why should you still help people and do favors, right? Well, because one thing that's helped, and I'm not saying I'm that way, but what I'm saying is, I've been doing this long enough that a lot of people that started out like bottom of the barrel, just like me, writing about horror movies for like an online website in 2005, are now like in development at Blumhouse or making movies for Atomic Monster or are the head of, you know, Variety or whatever. And I still have their old emails from back before they were doing anything cool, right? And so so you always want to be nice, even when somebody can't do anything big for you, because that person could end up 20 years from now being somebody who you want them to go, God, you know, that Heidi's been so nice, you know? She's always just been so nice. And like, she's emailed me and wants this thing, and I feel so guilty if I didn't do it, you know? So
No,
there's always
definitely.
that. And those contacts can end up being, I know in all seriousness, those contacts have been the most important contacts for me. I would not be in the streaming business. I would not be in distribution without the help and support of many men who I've known for 20 years, who have been in the trenches with me and been my colleagues and worked hard with me. And you know, Sami is a real colleague and a friend. And that only happens if you're nice to people and you make people's lives not hard. Don't make people's lives, and if you ever do achieve success, the people that you shit on the way up the ladder are the same people you're gonna pass down on your way as you fall down, and they're gonna fucking kick you. Or they can hold out their hand and they can help you because you've been a cool person. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think historically we thought that we have to be, you know, a certain way in order for success. But I think we're seeing it more and more, especially through these incredible women here today. We don't have to bully our ways to success. We don't have to change who we are. We can be authentic. We can work together. And through that, we can actually have progress because the industry is shifting. And through this collective power, through finding your tribe and finding people that you want to work with, you can make your own path that feels true to you. So, yeah. We are out of time, but I'm just going to ask you 1 minute to just stand up for me, panelists. We did this the other day, and I really felt like it had a big impact. If you want to come to the front for me. They're like, what are you making me do? I'd love you to hold hands. And anyone in the audience, if you feel comfortable, please hold the person's hand.
We ended up with a weird pinky hole.
All getting married. Right here.
We are really in this together. It's amazing when you hold someone's hand, you suddenly believe that they're next to you, that they're by your side, that they're supporting you. And I think we really need to take a minute to look to our left and to our right and to see the people around us. We're humans. We're all hustling in this world. We've all got something on our heart that we're trying to share. We're all trying to do something. And when we talk about collective power, we talk about this.